Good morning, folks. So I just wanted to show you part of my distraction during the daytime because I have a sheep in my shed, and this is Maddie. We call her Maddie for the simple fact that her coat it felts, and so she's got it looks like mats on her fur. So um, anyway, this is Maddie. Say hi, Maddie. Anyway, she's super friendly, so she is joining me for the pour today. Anyway, see you guys soon. Hi, good morning, everybody. It's Wendy from Fingersticks. So I've decided to do, we're going to do a ring pour with primary and secondary colors. We don't have orange, but I just decided that, I'm not going to do anything super fancy. We're just going to do a ring pour with these basic colors. So we're going to see how that turns out. And I still have not gotten to Home Depot to get any more Floetrol. So I had a little bit of Floetrol that I dumped upside down overnight in the container, as well as my Elmer's glue because I ran out of that too. So I just mixed what I had and mixed it with a little water. So it's probably 10-20% Floetrol and Elmer's glue to the rest water. So we'll see how that turns out. The red here looks a little more pink because I did add a little bit of the satin enamel just to give it a little bit of cloud effect if I can. I've been having a hard time doing that lately. So I'm going to show you the last video that I did. It's dry now. And once I epoxy, if I do epoxy, it's going to bring out these metallic rings a lot better. But it has kind of a neat look. It wasn't exactly what I was going for, but I kind of like that these two colors are separate. It looks really organic. It looks very rocky and stuff, although it does kind of look like bird poo at the top, but I think it gives it a little bit of dimension and depth. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's a very organic piece. I wasn't going for anything bright and shiny. I just wanted to do a little more natural nature stuff. So what I don't usually show you guys is what I do to the backs of my canvas. I don't do these to the 8x10s or anything smaller, but I do to the larger than the 8x10 canvas. So what I do to the back, it's very porous and very absorbent. So I add a couple tablespoons of water and then just mix it around a little bit. So this tightens your canvas up a lot. And because now it's pretty loosey-goosey. So sorry if that's not great for you to see it. So I just rub it around a little on the back and then give it a few minutes to tighten up, and it won't sag when you're painting. I also use push pins for the back and then just put regular painter's tape. This is a better quality of the Scotch tape because it sticks a lot better to the back. So you don't have that bleed over on the back, and your back of your paintings are nice and pretty. So that's what I do. So we'll give him a second. And this was a canvas I was going to use previously, but I made too much paint. So that's why I did it on the 16x20 that I just showed you. So, and it's already getting pretty firm. So I can mix my paint, and by the time it's done firming up, it'll be great. So again, mostly primary and secondary colors. We don't have the orange, and the only true color is the red. But we're doing bright yellow, navy, purple and Christmas green, or purple iris and Christmas green. That's the closest that I had to the true primaries and secondary colors. So I think it'll turn out fine. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this yet, if I'm going to sell it or give it away. I just wanted to see how these colors would react to each other. So layering, I'm definitely going to put the blue in first because I want the background to be like the center to be that darker color. So we're going to do blue first. And then, oh man, this is hard because they mix together so much. Like the red and the yellow is going to make orange. So yellow and blue make green. So I don't really know. Normally I do light to dark, but you know what? I guess it doesn't matter too much. They're all going to mix a little bit anyway. If I do purple, oh, I don't want green and blue together. Ugh. But if I do that, these two are going to make, I don't know. Maybe I'll switch those two, have the purple and blue together. You know what? Doesn't matter too awful much. So, and I just got done stirring these. The bubbles have come up to the top. So, it's really bubbly on the top. I guess I'm going to torch carefully in the cups. If you ever do this, I don't recommend doing it in the cups because you'll melt things. So I do not recommend doing that. All right. So this is just a used cup that I had laying around. So, all right. Oh, I didn't show you my consistency. So it makes a little mound. And if you run it around in a circle, it leaves a trail, a distinct trail. You can see it in the cup. So it makes a little hill, and then the trail that follows, it hangs around for a second or two. So these might be a little bit on the thin side even yet. But we'll see. Oh, that green thickened up a lot. Hopefully he doesn't sink. Make a little bit wider, thicker layers this time because we are using the primary and secondary colors. They are going to mix together and make our color palette a little bit complicated, I think. So I want one more layer. That might not be enough paint. And I've really been struggling with the cloud effect. Darn it. The very first one that I did with the actual Deco Art satin enamel turned out beautiful. It didn't cloud as much as I was hoping, but it's gorgeous. And since I've done that one, everything has gone downhill. I cannot freaking figure it out. Okay, so the red probably has maybe 20% of the satin enamel with the rest of the red. So yeah, it did make it a little bit pink, but that's okay. All right, it's time for our ring pour. I think I'm going to do the way I did the very last one. I'm going to kind of travel it a little bit. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of mud. Do a little swirly gig at the tail end of it there. Oh, let's see. I'm use my trusty sticks to keep a lot of the paint. Actually, I'm going to torch it first. That way, if you torch it now, maybe some of those clouds will come up. So there was just a ton of bubbles in there. So this is just a pure experiment on my part. I just wanted to see what how those colors would react to each other. And there is a cell. I don't know if you can see it. It's right in the middle. It's pink. It looks like an eyeball. It's kind of cool looking. So I'm just using the sticks to keep a lot of the paint on the canvas. And this is also a good experiment for me because it's mostly water in this mix. Granted, I tried to thicken it up, but now that I'm doing this, I know that it has thinned immensely since I poured it on the canvas. It's very unstable. It's a very, very unstable mix that I just did this with mostly water and paint. Because when I initially When I initially stirred them up, it was my regular consistency. So now that I've got it poured on the canvas, I could definitely tell it's way too liquidy. So way, way too watery. And some of the sites that I'm on for acrylic pouring or liquid art, a lot of people are having a problem. They say that you can just use water. Water works great. Well, I don't know, because I think it's just too unpredictable. If you're on a budget and that's all you have, I would say make them kind of grossly thick. Like make your pour thicker than what you would normally do, because yeah, it's just too unpredictable for me. So my little whirly gig on the bottom is going to go bye-bye. It kind of looks like the Tremor, the movie Tremors, like the original one where the slug looking things were underneath the desert. That's kind of what it looked like. So he's going away. Maybe most of him. Not quite the whole thing. And actually, I like that the way it is. I'm not going to stretch it anymore because it's stretching this too much at the bottom. So I'm going to leave it. And then clean off my fingers. It's Friday, folks. Holy cow, what a week. Give you some personal background on me. I suffer from pretty debilitating migraines. I get a few different kinds of migraines, and I've been going to the chiropractor, and he's been helping a lot. But man, I missed 2 whole days this week. I was in bed. I was completely... Oh man, I had 2 really bad migraine days. So if anybody out there suffers from migraines, you have my full support, and I am so sorry, but I am glad it's Friday, but boy, 2 days this week just went bye-bye. Okay, torch. I'll torch him again too in a little bit, but so this was a good example. I just wanted to show you guys the colors that I'm using. It looks really pretty, but it was a good experiment for me to try with just water. Well, it literally, I mean, this is a watery mess, so it probably was only 10% Floetrol and Elmer's glue and 90% water, I'm gonna guess, now that I'm looking at it. There really was, I mean, it's not even worth mentioning how much water I put in there for the Floetrol and Elmer's glue. So I just wanted to show you guys that it's a mostly water pouring medium that, yeah, you can make it work, but I'm not a fan. If I had a choice, I would not do that again, but I just wanted to show you an example. And I'm going to bring you guys in for a close-up. And I'm going to shut this light off. So it's actually, it's getting washed out. I'm going to turn this one off too. So the colors in person are really, really dark and deep. I'm looking through the camera right now, and it's nothing compared to what shows on the screen. So they are a lot darker, a lot deeper, and a lot more vivid than probably what you're seeing. So I'm pretty happy with it. It turned out really pretty. This is going to be my last time using mostly water as a pouring medium. Definitely spend the money on, I use Floetrol. It's like $14 a gallon where I get it. And it lasts a very, very long time. Worth the money. And I don't know what's going on with that big old dude right there, but he decided to grow and grow. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to give this to a little kid. So we'll see what happens. It's going to dry darker, so I think it'll look neat. But anyway, it's all primary colors and a few secondary colors and mostly water. So now we know. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody, and you will see me very soon.